Hey, how's it going today? It is me, Captain Energy. Today we're going to be doing something that was requested by a Reddit user. The question was, how do you deal with loops that have overhanging notes in Reason? For example, if you have a loop that has a note or chord that intros the loop and you want to continue through the loop into the next iteration of the loop. Say, for example, you have a note that intros the loop, carries into the loop, but you don't want to carry over to the next iteration of the loop. Or you want to start the loop and then have a note or chord that starts in the middle of the loop and carries into the next iteration of the loop. Or maybe the loop starts, plays, and has a note that picks up in the middle and then extends past the end of the loop. Typically, any of these scenarios would cause you to have to do some extra work. Among the possible ways to fix this issue would be to take your loop, duplicate your loop, paste it to the end where you'd like it to be, select both of the loops that you'd like to join, and then right-click and select Join Loops, as seen here. This will work fine. However, it will still leave you with a loop that is not easily manipulated throughout the rest of your project. A better way to handle this scenario is to create a separate note lane for the note or chord that is overlapping your loop. Doing this will allow you to have your loop map up properly to the beats and bars grid, making it easier to duplicate and paste your loops without having to worry about these overlapping notes causing your loops to be off timing. To get started, right-click the instrument with the notes that are part of the loop that you're working with. For example, in this case, I'm working with Subtractor, and I have notes that begin the loop that I want to use, and they play before the actual loop takes hold. So I'll start by clicking the instrument, and from the drop-down menu that pops up, select New Note Lane. This will create a new note lane on the same instrument. Next, I'll select the loop that has the problem that I'm trying to fix. I'll click Control-D on PC or Command-D on Mac. What this will do is it will duplicate the loop right next to itself. Now select the duplicate loop that you just created and drag it down to the new note lane that we created before. Be sure that the loop begins where the other loop began also. Typically, Reason will snap to these guides and make it easy for you. Now, with both parts of your music lined up, enter the first note block in edit mode. Remove the overlapping notes from this segment. When you're done, exit that note block. Now trim the loop to where it should begin, excluding the overlapping notes. Next, go to the second note block and remove the looped notes, leaving only the parts of notes that extend past the loop. What you'll be left with will vary based on what you're trying to accomplish. You could have a preceding note that comes in before your loop. You could have notes that extend beyond your loop, or you could have notes that begin before your loop and extend to beyond the end of your loop. Any of these possibilities can be accommodated using this method. Once you're done with that, your next thing you'd need to do is test your music. If everything sounds fine, then you're good to go. You can then take your notes, duplicate your loop on the first lane as many times as you need to, and then modify the second lane by extending the length of the note block and then going inside and dragging the length of the notes to meet your needs, as seen here. And that's pretty much it. I hope that helps. Let me know if you need any more tips like this. And if this video was helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Have an awesome day. Thanks for hanging out with me. Be safe and take care. Bye for now.